assess the guys if they think that's a game that you need to put behind you, or do you need to look at that as somewhat of a wake-up call?
What did they say?
Barclay said lessons he thought needed to be learned from it.
I hope so, yeah. Yeah, a lot of lessons.
Anything in particular jump out to you?
The way we started, the 3 penalties, and then, when we killed the penalties off, that was the best part of it, and then to give them up 3 goals like that, and just look soft. We look soft.
You haven't had to do anything with Igor other than praise him all year, and when you end up pulling him, obviously it's not on him, but it's just a reminder to the guys that they can't let him bail them out every night.
Exactly. I mean, how many times can you do it, and he had no chance in the first goal, and a couple of tap-ins, there's no chance at all. So, you get frustrated and you hope you wake your guys up. It didn't really, but they should be embarrassed a little bit the way this guy plays for them all year, and then they come out tonight and play like that after a game in Minnesota that we weren't too good in.
Right. I was going to say the response wasn't real immediate.
No,
either
it wasn't. No, not what I expected.
When the game gets a little bit out of hand like that, just what's the message on the bench?
Wasn't too positive. Just I sort of shut my mouth and let them play. Because there's not many good things you can say. You're frustrated. It's the fourth goal was really the one that was a tough one to swallow. 15 seconds in the second period after playing the way we did in the first. So that was sort of. But you get frustrated, and you got to move on. That's all you can do. But it was real disappointing.
Do you feel like there's anything from these 2 games that are starting to make you think I need to change some things?
No. Again, I'm not making an excuse for our roster. We got some guys that we're missing, and it's showing a little bit in the last few games. So hopefully we can get it back in Dallas and, start to play a little bit better hockey. And I'm not blaming the guys. It's just when you got things going like we had all year, pretty smooth and pretty regular lineup, it makes it pretty easy to just roll your lines over and you know what you're going to get. And now it seems like we're making a lot of mistakes the last 2 games.
What do you see that's leading to some of these? It looks like the slot, the team that they opposing team.
The slots, it's been all year. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
You wrote about it enough, so not kid ourselves.
So I mean, but what can you guys do better to defend those shots?
Defend it better. Defend it better.
I think maybe a little bit lackadaisical. Focus off the start. I think we dug ourselves some holes here. Now we get to our game eventually, but sense of urgency off the start, I think, is focus going forward.
Do you guys look at that as one that you just have to put behind you as quickly as possible, or do you think that there are lessons that you need to take from that?
Yeah, I think there's lessons that can be learned. Obviously, like you've said, we're a little, whether it's lackadaisical or we're not fully dialed in, or we're making little mistakes in the D zone, and it's costing us right now. So we have to learn from those, and but also turn the page. We got big game on Saturday. If we can find a way to get 2 points and end the road trip in the right way.
Igor has done so much for you guys all year. When you see him get pulled, it's got to be. I think it's the first time in a couple of years he's been pulled from a game. It just kind of reinforces what you needed to be doing that maybe you weren't doing early in that game?
I think so. Just too many high-quality scoring chances. I think that was the message. So it's definitely not on Igor, and he's been there for us all year. So that's definitely on the players.
When things are getting out of hand a little bit like that, what's the message on the bench?
Keep playing. I think we got something to prove to ourselves. We got to get our game back to where we want it to be. It's not there right now, so. You can't really throw periods away, throw shifts away. You got to make the most of what you have to try to get your game back on track, and we got another crack on Saturday.
Jake, when you talk about the high-quality chances, a lot of their damage tonight seemed to be net front slot. What can you guys do better in those areas to prevent that?
A lot of slot shots. I got to go look at them. I don't want to comment on it right now without looking back at them and seeing exactly what happened, but yeah, you gotta protect the house and protect out from there, and that's pretty consistent throughout this league. You give up those high danger chances, they're going to put them in most of the time.
Barclay, anything to feel like Igor's, you give up some chances like that early in a game. A lot of games, Igor's going to stop them all, and then you can get to your game, and it's still nothing. When it doesn't happen, is it kind of that like a kind of cold water in the face, like we can't rely on him every night to get us into a game?
Yeah, that just can't be our mentality. I don't think it is, but it can't be. He's I don't think we'd be in this spot in the season in the standings if he wasn't playing, as well as he has been. We've relied on him a lot of nights, and he's been there, and he's been a rock back there for us. So, it's on us as players to do a better job in front of him, to be ready to go right from the drop of the puck. So he doesn't need to make those saves early on in games. So it's something we got to work on and got to get better at. And Saturday would be a good time to start.
Is it kind of strange to see that you guys win the special teams battle? You kill all 3 penalties, you score on 2 power plays. I guess, does that just speak to needing to be better at 5-on-5?
Yeah.